I have three questions.
Three?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the first is very interesting. I see one article in one magazine for one of your competitors. He have a kidneys problem, and he is IFBB Pro, and he give some diet. Tell me what is the ideal method in this diet? This is the first question. Second is, tell me your, have a lot of research for new supplements, in a lot of websites with a lot of supplements. Tell me your 5 methodologic supplements and your 5 who really working good supplements.
Very good question.
And the second is the peptides. This is the new age of peptides. They really help for competitors, new generation of competitors, or it's not very wonderful.
I got you covered. Okay? Just start with the first.
Okay, your first question.
Kidney problem.
No, I'm thinking about like what's. Oh yeah, you know what? It's actually Marius done. The reason why I know so much about kidney problem because when I got shot, about 13, 14 years ago, I lost a kidney, and my other kidney got damaged, and they said I'm going to be on dialysis, and when I, woke up from my coma and they have ileostomy, colostomy, the whole 9 yards. I said, no way, I refuse to be on, I know how I can fix it, And I know my reading was off because everybody got there. You need to understand, all the tests out there is done for the masses, for the average guy, not for bodybuilding. So when they see something off, automatically, oh, you have kidney problem, It's not necessarily that way. I tell you, when they have kidney problem, if somebody was a big guy and he lose all his muscles and he stopped working out, that's when he could have a kidney problem because all that mass that he carry is going to get filtered to his kidney and he can damage his kidney. So what I do when somebody have a little kidney problem, like for example the pro you're mentioning, is first of all, I limit their protein intake. So for an example, my off season when I was competing, I don't remember taking more than 80 to 100 grams of protein a day, And you know what's so funny? This has actually taught me a lot because I'm looking at all bodybuilders out there. That's all they do is protein. And it's not good because they're building their belly, they're actually hurting themselves, their kidney and stuff. And that's why everybody that works with me, I'll tell you. For example, Kai, when I give him his first diet, he looked at me, he goes, what? I said, that's your diet. He said, that's all? I'm going to eat 6 ounces? 6 ounces, 150 grams, chicken at a meal? I said, yeah, Kai, that's all I want you to eat. And you know what's so funny? He got bigger. And we went to New York Pro, and he just destroyed everybody. So what this taught me from my kidney being injured is you don't need a lot of protein like people. Yeah, protein is very important, to build muscles. It's very important. And you need to understand that it's not about protein only. It's about everything else, what we said earlier. Your micronutrients, all the stuff that works on you. Some people, they can get away with 500-600 grams of protein, without having any problem. Some people, if you give them more than 150, 200 grams of protein, they have a problem. So you need to know your, individual. Each individual is different, like I said. Now the second question.
The microbiology and nutrition, top 5 your new supplements.
That was the third. No, okay. Yeah, honestly, I think everybody that is involved in that game, you should use multivitamins. A lot of people, they miss that. This is very, very, very important because you can take everything you want and all the gear, enhancement, and eat, and if you have missing one vitamin, you're not going to be able to go to that next level. So multivitamin is my number 1. My number 2 is creatine. People, they think this is not, it's not very important because, I'm taking, this and that. No, creatine is very, very important. It's one of my top 2. And the third one is protein. Protein powder, the reason why I say protein powder because you can't, sit down and eat meal after meal after meal the same. And the reason why protein powder is important because certain times you need the protein powder. For an example, the way I always practice, to use hydrolyze or isolate after working out because of the fast absorbing. You know, when you get done working out, you need something to go in your system quick and stop the catabolism. So that's why protein is very important in powder form. Otherwise, you really can do it without it. You know? And then, you know, we cover those three. And then, I mean, then you can, you know, mix and match with a lot of other stuff. But, you know, very, very important stuff, especially if you're doing, you know, show. I like the essential fatty acid. You know, the EFAs are very important. So if you're a bodybuilder and you want to live, you know, life without ache and pain, you gotta introduce those to you. And on top of that, even that we talked about the multivitamin and mineral, vitamin C by itself, it's a huge for bodybuilders. And I always believe in vitamin C. That, you know, maybe the average, you know, client of mine uses about 2,000 milligrams a day. But that's about it, really. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you can buy. You need to remember, you guys, you know, I love supplement company. Most of the owners are my friend, and a lot of them have an amazing product out there, and they gotta use it, and it really take you to an extra, you know, to a next level. So I'm not gonna diss supplement company, but at the same time, you know what I mean? Is it really like a big part? No, it's a part. It's just like that necklace, you know, I have. If one chain is missing, you're not going to have a necklace. So you can use all the supplement you want, but if you don't sleep right, if you don't work out right, you know, you're not going to amount to that necklace. So it's always going to be, you know, one after another, okay? Talking about peptide, you know what? Peptide are a huge hit. But if you have a real peptide, it's good. You know, it's good. The reason why, I'm going to tell you why it's good. Because it has been done a lot of research and a lot of study on them. That because the peptide, they're not like synthetic, you know, testosterone or something. They go in there without hurting you. They signal to release more stuff, like the more GH, the more, you know. So a lot of them are very good. But the problem is, everything I see on the market, honestly, it's all bogus. It's all Chinese. I don't see anything is working. That's why I don't use it on any of my clients. I mean, it's funny because all my clients, well, I have this and I have that. I'm like, yeah, maybe we'll use it later. But I really don't use it, you know. See, his level because he did the same thing. But this is, you know, this is my, you know, output on that. Okay.
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
According to this quest, I think the companies are men or eyesight tori, I think, which promise to be better absorbed with a small amount of proteins, which I thought at the beginning is just a commercial trick that people to buy it. But then I looked at the human mother milk and the amount of protein in the first human mother milk given to babies, which is tiny, 1.5% I think, compared to the human growth over the first 2 years, which we've been taking most probably, is the largest percentage growth in the first 2 years. So there must be something in the mother milk which makes the proteins better absorbable for their child to grow. So is it possible also to have this in these proteins? Are there any, because you are an expert in this field, are they worth using this new proteins?
In Sky Greene has had to be used a lot of this protein. Mother milk kind.
Yeah, I go and look around all the pregnant women and get them stuff. You know, there's a lot of companies, they promise a lot of stuff, but to come like really to get the same thing as mother milk, so far nobody really have mastered it. But you need to remember, you know, it's all about like, you know, you talking why, because you know when you're a child, you know, you have an unlimited, I think 600 to 700% the growth hormone release, you know what I'm saying, at that point. So that's why you have, you know, that much. But you remember I said earlier, I found out from myself, it's not about how much you take protein. Mm-hmm. It's about like the timing of protein and when you take it and how to take it, you know. So it's not really about just bodybuilding. It's not, like I said, about protein. Everybody's like, oh, this protein better than this. You know what? All those companies are amazing companies out there. I mean, there's not any more company, you know, maybe there's a few of them, you know, like you take it and you're on the toilet all day. You want to stay away from that. but really, like most protein companies are very good, you know what I'm saying? But it's about timing. It's when to take it. So if you ask me, I rather like stick with a lot of food, like I said, after working out, or maybe first thing in the morning if you can't eat big breakfast and to do it, But, don't rely on just supplements. Just like medicine. I tell everybody that why the medicine, and only in the U.S. last year, $2.2 trillion only on medicine. So you think the medicine company want you to be healthy, or they want you to be dead? They don't. They want you to be right in between, right? So they can keep selling. Well, same thing with the company, it's all about, margin, how to make it, what to make and stuff. So, there's a lot of hype out there. I think all protein, most of them, are good. Not anymore. Like I said, there's only a few companies probably I stay away from. But most companies are decent, just get all your ducks in place. So, your sleeping pattern, your training pattern, you're resting, you're drinking, you can take all that stuff, and if you don't drink enough water, you know what I'm saying? Your muscle's not going to look good, because you're 60-70% of your muscles are water. So there's a lot of stuff getting involved in bodybuilding, but at the same time, it's all about common sense. There's no such a thing what everybody's looking for, that magic boom, it's not like this, man. It's just, you have to put the time, you have to put the effort, you have to be Greene. You have to be Greene calling me from overseas, asking me if he can have steak instead of salmon at 17 weeks out. You understand what I'm saying? That's what makes the champion. There's no protein out there that's going to make you champion. No company. I don't care if they're all my friends. I'm not going to vouch for one of them and tell you, if you use this. No. It's all about you, what you want to do as an individual. You can either make it or break it. And I always used to say to people something, and I still saying it since I was beginner. I truly believe that each one of us is the author. The author of the book? Each one of us is the author of his own book, his own life. If you want the book to be amazing, you write a perfect book, nice and slow, and you sell it. Everybody's like, wow, great book. This is how your life. You are the author of your own book. If you want to be a good bodybuilder, you want to be a good husband, you want to be a good businessman, you have to write your own book that way. So he's his own author of being a bodybuilder. That's why he got out of the plane yesterday. Guess what? We went to the gym. You see what I'm saying?
He's focusing, the focus.
Exactly. I mean, I've been with a lot of professionals. I traveled the whole world, you know what I'm saying? And we got off the plane, I don't want to tell you names, but they said, let's eat, man. I want to go eat and sleep. Kai's like, where's the gym? You see what I'm trying to say? So you are the author of your own book. You can either make a great book, or you can make a bad book. So it's up to you who you want to be as a bodybuilder.